this is pretty crazy. So gay rights are actually heavily under attack, and this has been going on for a couple of years, but you don't hear about this type of stuff much. But really what we're getting to here yet again is another civil rights issue, this one being for gay people, of course. Now, if you guys recall, I believe it was in 2014, the Supreme Court ruled that gay marriage is legal all across the nation in a landmark case. Now, there is this interesting case that is going to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court will be hearing it. And we are here to report on that because President Trump and Jeff Sessions had spoke to the court. Basically, what's happening is there was a couple who went to this bakery to ask them to bake a cake for them. It's two guys. They are a gay couple. And the business said, no, we won't bake the cake for you because of our religious beliefs. Now, this is a form of discrimination, of course. You shouldn't be able to use your religion to then discriminate upon others in your services. So if your religion stated that black people are inferior and therefore you won't bake any cakes for black people, that is unacceptable. Or if it said anything about any other group in America, any group, I don't care who it is, women, men, white people, it doesn't matter the group, it's discrimination. So here's what it reads. Now, it says President Trump and Attorney General Jeff Sessions want to enshrine a business right to discriminate into the Constitution. So the interpretation, and I think that there's been a ginormous perversion of religious freedom, the freedom of religion. There has been a massive perversion of this. Now, freedom of religion was supposed to mean you are free to believe in any religion you want. The government shall not establish any religion on your private property. Do whatever the hell you want. Go for it. It's all yours. You can believe whatever you want. And it has been perverted to this case now where it's basically like, it's really what it has become is my right to push my religion onto you. So homophobia and bigotry towards gay people is unacceptable. Now, just because your religion states, or whatever your stupid book says, doesn't give you the right to then discriminate to your customers. Just bake them the fucking cake. It's not a big deal. Just bake the goddamn cake. If you can bake a cake for every other couple, but you refuse on the grounds of them being gay, that is clear discrimination, and this is a civil rights issue because it is an identity, okay? This is an identity, and it's something that you can't control. Now, they actually went to a different bakery, but in a hypothetical sense, fundamentally, this is wrong on many reasons because it will lead to very detrimental landmark cases that will then give other places, and more places will begin to say these things. And if you're in an area where there aren't many bakeries, you may not be able to get a cake from a bakery if you wanted to. Now, every argument that is used in support of this right to discriminate by religious people is the same arguments used against civil rights for black people. The same arguments. It's private property and yada, yada, yada. And basically, if you're going to use these arguments in offense against gay people, you'll have to use it against black people because there are people who will start indeed putting up signs. We don't serve white people. We don't serve black people. We don't serve Muslims. There'll be a sign on there. And this should not be allowed. The funniest part, by the way, about this is this. This happened in Colorado, and the Colorado state law prohibits discrimination based on sexual identity. And therefore, the courts in Colorado ruled, hey, we think that it is discriminatory. They said, they looked at it like the law here clearly states that this is discriminatory based on sexual identity. Now, what's funny about this? So, constitutional law supersedes states' laws, but that's not what they want, right? So, I thought that the federal laws were bad, that there were some kind of tyranny. But now that you have this case here, now all of a sudden the states doing what they want is not what you want them to do. Which kind of proves to the opposite of what conservatives say. State governments, what I've always never understood is Why could the federal government become tyrannical so easily, but the states seem to be immune to tyranny? They're both governments. They both have the same structure. It's just one overrides the other and has power over more people. So they could easily, do tyrannical things that you claim just on a state level. Now, this is a very scary case because, as you guys know, the Hobby Lobby case where they said that Hobby Lobby could refuse to pay for birth control for the workers and the insurance. That is stupid as fuck. And we need to I really hope that this fails and that that the bakery loses, because this will be a landmark case, and it is a ongoing struggle and a fight for civil rights for gay people. Support independent progressive media by leaving a subscription down below, leave a like and share the video. Help us out on Patreon, or you can donate in other ways. Links are in the description down below. We are fighting Trump tooth and nail, and we will continue to do so with your help.